Happy Victory Monday, Commanders Nation. The Commanders beat the New York Giants in their season opener yesterday afternoon. And today it is Overreaction Monday, the first one of the young 2025 NFL season for the Burgundy and Gold. So let's overreact together, shall we? Before we get into the overreactions today, check out our postgame show from yesterday. Extensive, game balls, takeaways from yesterday's win versus the New York Giants. I'll put the link to that one in the comments and description and put the chip in the top right if you want to see my extensive thoughts on the Commanders' Week 1 victory. And don't forget, click that subscribe button as well if you never want to miss a video on the Commanders Report this season. We're going to be back live for another live watch party on Thursday Night Football as this team takes on the Green Bay Packers in a high-flying matchup to kick off Week 2 in the NFL. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button for our extensive Week 2 coverage here on the Commanders Report. All right, so let's get into the first claim of Overreaction Monday today, which is the Commanders' defense has officially turned the corner and is a legit NFL defense. And when I talk about legit, I'm talking about a team that is like a top 10 defense in the National Football League. For me, that is a slight overreaction, all right? And the reason why I say it's a slight overreaction is that it could be true. We just need to see more from this defense against a team that, frankly, doesn't have Russell Wilson as their quarterback, and that offensive line playing as bad as it did yesterday. Honestly, the Giants are an absolute joke of an organization at this point, and, I think a lot of defenses are going to look good against Russell Wilson and the New York Football Giants this year. So even though I am coming away extremely impressed, especially with the trench play for the Washington Commanders, Javon Kinlaw played a hell of a game. Daron Payne played a hell of a game. I thought Von Miller showed some really good things on the film as well. And then they really held up, I thought, well in the secondary. Marshawn Lattimore and Trey Amos did a really good job on Malik Neighbors, all things considered. The Giants really want to feed Neighbors, and he was really, held short of what, I think some of the things he's going to be able to do this season against lesser secondaries. So really good start for the Washington Commanders. I'm not saying they played bad or anything like that. I think they actually played really, really well, especially on third down, in the red zone, all those different things, only giving up 6 points. All that's great. We just need to see it against a better offense. And if they can shut down Matt LaFleur's offense with Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, that offensive line, those weapons that they have in Green Bay, I think that this is going to be a more accurate litmus test for just how good this defense is this year. If you go out on Thursday night on a short week versus a really well-coached football team, and you can go on the road and shut down that team, this defense may actually be legit. So really like what I saw from the Commanders here in Week 1, but Week 2 is going to tell us a hell of a lot more than yesterday afternoon. So predict it for me down there in the comment section. Will the Commanders have a top 10 defense in the NFL this season? Give me a yes or a no down there in the comment section for today's pinned question. Just a second here, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor today at PrizePicks. While I'm talking about PrizePicks today, simply give me a yes or a no down there in the comments. And with that, let's have a word from our sponsor today at PrizePicks. And you and I, we both make decisions every single day, but on PrizePicks, being right can actually get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Week 1 is almost over, but we still have Monday Night Football tonight, and you better believe I'll be getting my lineup in for Bears and Vikings kicking off this evening. PrizePicks is super simple to play, guys. All you have to do is just pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in. PrizePicks also puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks also offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. And a new feature from PrizePicks that I absolutely love is injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half with an injury and doesn't return, PrizePicks will not count it as a loss. Here's my PrizePicks projection tonight for Monday Night Football. I am taking the less on Caleb Williams' passing yards going up against Brian Flores' Vikings defense. I will take the more on J.J. McCarthy passing touchdowns. I think he has at least one tonight. I'll take the more on Justin Jefferson receiving touchdowns or rushing touchdowns. We'll see how they use him today, probably as a receiver. But if you guys want to get your projection in for Monday Night Football, it's definitely not too late to get that done. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup on the PrizePicks app today. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. So the second claim is that Bill-Croskey Merritt, the rookie out of Arizona, will now get RB1 workload for the Washington Commanders this season. And, there was a big overreaction this week when the unofficial depth chart came out. He was listed as RB4. People were like, oh, fantasy managers are killing themselves. Well, guess what? He had, if you're in a PPR league, over 14 fantasy points yesterday, and I think that he's going to get an even higher workload in weeks to come because he looked damn good. I think this is potentially reasonable, all right? Like, I still think this team wants to feature Austin Eckler, especially in the passing game and all those different things, but I think as the season goes on, we are going to see more and more and more of Bill-Croskey Merritt. And in terms of who got the most carries yesterday in the running back room, it was Bill. He had 10. Now, he actually didn't have the most carries on the team. Jayden Daniels actually ran the football 11 times yesterday. But among running backs, Bill actually got the lion's share of the workload. And that's just week one, guys. If he continues to impress as the season goes on, he's just going to continue to get more and more and more of that workload as soon as this Thursday on Thursday Night Football versus the Green Bay Packers. So really excited about this kid's future, really excited about his rookie season. And he definitely had a good performance here in week one versus the New York Giants. And frankly, Bill should just be the RB1 for this team right now, in my opinion. I mean, I think based on what he has done in training camp, what he did in the preseason, what he did in week one versus the Giants. And it's not like the Giants are like the best defense in the world or anything like that. They got a pretty decent defensive front, but Bill just looks explosive out there. He's got good vision. His cutting ability is just violent. I just love his play style, man, and I want to see him get that feature back role. And I think that combining him with the talents of Jayden Daniels has a chance to really be dangerous. I mean, just this week, 10 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown, had a really long run in the fourth quarter to help put the game away. Just a really good start to his NFL journey here, and I'm definitely excited to see more of Jacory or Bill-Croskey Merritt as the season goes on. And if you love Bill, just like we do here on the show, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon to help out the program today. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you enjoy our content and that they should recommend it to more Commanders fans like yourselves. So if you want a free and easy way to help out the channel and you're already subscribed, make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon. It's the easiest way to help us out. All right, claim number 3. Jayden Daniels underperformed in his season debut and should have been more dominant for a QB of his stature. And I think this is a complete overreaction. I've seen some people on Commanders Twitter saying, oh, he underperformed. The expectation is that he has MVP caliber performances every single week, especially against bad teams like the Giants, especially at home. And I understand some of those points, but like the issues with the Commanders yesterday on offense, I don't really think had much to do with Jayden Daniels. I think at points there wasn't a whole lot open for him. There was also lots of penalties, 12 penalties as a team for the Washington Commanders yesterday, putting them behind the sticks. And, I think he played more than fine in week one. I think he showed an ability to protect the football. I think he ran the football really effectively. I thought he moved the launch point extremely well. And I thought he targeted the middle of the field really well, too. He got the ball to Deebo Samuel. He got the ball to a bunch of different targets. Of course, he has that connection with Zach Ertz. That's still there. And I'm hoping that connection with Terry McLaurin begins to continue to build as the weeks go on. And that's kind of the fourth claim here, guys, is that it's time to worry about the Terry McLaurin, Jayden Daniels connection and having a slow start to the year. And I would say this is another slight overreaction, all right? Like, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but it is something to keep tabs on because this is something that we have that's kind of been a trend in the NFL, these wide receivers that hold out for a majority of training camps. They come in late, and then they have slow starts to the season because they don't have that established chemistry that is built up over the course of a preseason and a training camp with their QB. And even though Jayden Daniels and Terry McLaurin have a year of experience together, even though they've played in this offense last year as well, they know all the terminology, it's just a matter of getting used to each other on the field. And that chemistry relationship between the quarterback and his wide receivers, it's the most important chemistry kind of connection between two position groups on an NFL football field. So if you're not building that connection during training camp, it's reasonable to think that, there's going to be some time to play some catch up here for scary Terry McLaurin. And in week one, 4 targets, 2 catches for just 27 yards. But it is worth mentioning here that it could have been a lot more than this. It could have been another catch, and it could have been a lot more yardage, and it could have been a touchdown because he toasted Paulson Adebo of the Giants, the Giants' #1 corner, on a go route, and Jayden just overthrew him. So I'm not too worried, in terms of the long-term prospects here. The next 3 weeks, you got a tough matchup against Green Bay here on Thursday, but then the next 2 weeks, very winnable matchups for the Commanders going up against the Falcons and the Raiders. So I do think that by the end of that stretch, Jayden and Terry should absolutely be on the same page at that point. These are two high-end players, so I'm definitely not concerned about this, especially when it comes to the grand scheme of the 2025 NFL season. So what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comments section. How worried are you about the JD, Terry McLaurin connection right now? Put it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me down there in the comments section. For me, I would say I'm sitting at about a 3. I'm not that concerned about it. It's something to keep tabs on, because we have seen this kind of happen over the course of the last few seasons in the National Football League. We saw it with Brandon Ayuk last year. We saw it with CeeDee Lamb last year. So hopefully those 2 catches for only 27 yards is not something we're getting used to from Terry McLaurin this season. All right, that's going to be it for today's edition of the Commanders Report by Chat Sports, our Overreaction Monday video. If there's more news that comes out, if Kendrick Bourne decides to sign with the Commanders today, we'll have a breaking news video for you guys. If there's more big-time news that comes out, we'll get you guys a video. But until next time, guys, click that subscribe button and go raise some hail.